Today I want to teach you about the time class in Ruby. So with the time class you can store a date and you can also store time. And with time I mean the hour. So for example like this, and minutes, and also you can store seconds. So if we want to create a time class for the current time, we can say time.new, and this gives us a time object with the time right now as I am recording. There is also a time.now method, which is the same as new. Okay. Now, what methods are available for this class? If you are using Pride, you can use the ls command, and you can do ls time, and you will get a list of methods that are available. So what I'm going to do is save a time object into a variable so we can play a bit with these methods. Going to clear the screen. And the first method I want to show you is the hour method. The hour method is very simple. It just returns the current hour for this time object. So let me print. Sorry, have a problem. Now, let me print the time object so you can see the full data that's inside. So this is 17. If I print the hour, you can see 17. If I want the minutes, I can just say minutes. Minutes. Huh? What? Min. Sorry. Just min. And then if I want the seconds, I believe it's sec. Yeah. We can also get the day, the year. Okay? So that's very easy. What else we can do with a time object? We can also get the, let's see, we can also ask the time object if it's a specific day. For example, we can ask it if this time is Sunday. It's not Sunday. What about Wednesday? It's not. What about Saturday? It's not Saturday. Okay, so we can do this with all the days in the week. Another thing you need to know about the time class is that it is based in the Unix time. So we can also use the add method to create a time object from an Unix timestamp. So the Unix time, if I do time at 0, starts at this date. Okay, and it's 1 because my time zone. Otherwise, it would be 0. Then, if you add more seconds, then the seconds are converted into the proper date. So this number is what it's stored inside a time object to convert it to a date. So one thing we can do with this is time arithmetic. we can add a number of seconds to a date. If I go back to my time object that I created before with time.new, then I can add some seconds. For example, I can add 20, 20 seconds, and you can see it was 38 before, and I added 20 seconds, and then the date that I get is um, 58. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Now, what else we can do? Well, let me look at my blog post. Oh yes, time zones. Like I said before, this right here is your time offset. So I'm in the Central European time zone, and you can see this with the zone method. Okay, so if you are in another time zone, you will get your time zone code. And you can also get the offset from the time object using the UTC offset method. One thing that you will notice is this offset is in seconds. If you want the offset in hours, you just divide the 3600 and you get my offset. So this one comes from here. So that's my offset. Okay, next thing we can do with this times object is to format. By default, we get this format. What if we want something else? Like, for example, we just want uh, the time, or we just want the date. Well, there is this method in the time object which is called strtime, which just means format time, and str means string. And with this method, we can pass in a special formatting symbols, which will tell how we want the output format to look like. For example, if we just want this format right here, I can do this. Let me clean this up a bit. Okay, so you can see this my current date in this format, and this format is day, month, and year. Let's see another format. For example, I just want the hour and the minutes. So I can do this. Let me change this. And there you go, very easy. Okay? So don't worry too much if you don't know what this means, because there is documentation for this. So you can use, for example, this page, and this page has all the possible options, and you just click on them, on the one you want. For example, let's say I want the month, um, like this, the full month name. Then this is the capital B. So let's try that. And I get January. You can also have your own text. So it doesn't have to be only the symbols. In this example, I say the current day like this. So it says today is Tuesday because I have today is and the special symbol. So you can see this format is very flexible. You just need to use the, the symbol that you want and mix it with your string or message if you want to do that. Okay, let's move on to the next thing we can do. We already covered time addition and subtraction. You can also take away time. So we did this, but you can also do this, minus 20. Remember, these are seconds. So whenever you add to a time object or subtract from it, you are doing working with seconds. Okay? Now, there is also a date class. For the date class, we need to require date. So here is my date class. And the date class, the main difference with time is that it can only store dates, no time. So no hours, no minutes, no seconds. And also the methods that are a bit different. So we can say that date dot today and I get the current date. And another difference is that it stores the date in days. So if I do an addition, I say plus 10, I am adding 10 days. Okay, you can see that this is the 12 and this is the 22. So remember, again with the time, we're adding seconds, with date, we're adding days. What else we can do? Okay, we can also parse dates. Let's say I have something like 3 of September, like this. And I want to convert this into a date. How we, how can you do that? Well, there is a method for that. And the method name is strptime. So it is very similar to strftime, but the difference um, the difference is that this takes in a format and converts it into a date. Okay, so let's try this. So we need the same special symbols. In this case, I want this. Let me copy the full example so you can see this working EPA. And there you go. It gave me a new date object for this year because I didn't say what year, so it uses the current year by default, and then it used the month 9 because September, and the day 3 because 3 of September. So the way this works if is with the symbols which you can use from that site or the documentation, and it's the same symbols. So if you want to parse the full name of a month, you use the capital B. You want to parse the day name, you use capital A. Okay, so that's date parsing, and that also works with the time class. But what you need for this to work, you need this required time. This adds the, the strp time method, and it gives me the correct date, 9 of month 9 and date 3. What else? There is also a datetime class, datetime, and this datetime class is a lot like the time class, but there is a small difference, which is that the time is implemented in C, so it will be faster. So you might want to use that. What else? Yeah, active support. So you have used Rails. Rails adds a few classes and methods, like 3 days ago, um, un day, 1 day, 1 hour to I. So these methods come from the active support component of Rails, and they return a special class, in this case active support duration, and 3 days ago returns active support time with zone. So you should look at the source code for that. You want to learn more. There is a pretty good comments for that explain how it works. Okay, so you can find these links in my blog post and read the comments and the code for the Rails implementation. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching.